Hey, and welcome to Dr. G Speaks. I am Dr. Kristen Guillory, and I am so very excited to help you experience a life of freedom, faith, and fun you may not even realize is possible. Listen, I know you feel held back, I know you feel stuck, and I know you are hiding. As a coach and the author of Look, Stop Hiding, How to Find Your Voice and Never Dim Your Light Again, you will get to listen to some amazing stories, receive some homework, that's the professor in me, and get some tools to help you live the life you deserve. It's time to quiet the noise and walk in the fullness of who God created you to be. It's time to stop hiding and start thriving. Together, we'll uncover your potential and ignite your journey to a fulfilling life, a life of freedom. When you think about dating, around what age did you have your first boyfriend or girlfriend? Even if it wasn't anything official. Oh, I kind of had my first boyfriend, girlfriend, around what age? Some people might say seventh grade, eighth grade. Mine was 10th grade. And let's just say eighth grade. Who is that eighth grader getting advice from? Well, they're getting advice from fellow eighth graders. They're not listening to or seeking advice from their teachers or their parents. What is that advice from fellow eighth graders? Right? Oh, you want to wait a couple days to call them back. You don't want them to think you like them too much. You want to do this and not do this, right? Well, here's what has happened. We have grown up in age, yet so many people continue to apply eighth grade dating advice as adults. Dating is one of the only areas where it does not matter your degrees, it doesn't matter what you do. Most people become kind of teenager like or childlike, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I've also seen in the dating streets and what I've observed and people I've worked with, and even my own personal experience, how much we just move along with what we think we're supposed to do and not question it. Example for me, I did not have my first official boyfriend until I was 32. Yes, y'all, that is true. I was 32. Yes, I had a guy I dated a little bit in high school, one or two people in college, I think one person in my 20s or so. And my first boyfriend was when I was 32. Well, what did I do in this new relationship is I adopted what I thought I was supposed to do. Okay, I hear that people talk every day, so I'm supposed to talk every day. I hear that folks who are dating hang out with each other every weekend. Okay, I have to hang out every weekend. After we broke up, I remember thinking, why did I talk to him every day? Why did we hang out that much? And it was essentially, I adopted a framework that I thought I was supposed to and really didn't think about what I wanted, what we wanted, what actually fits where I am in my life. I was speaking with a mentee about 2 years ago, and she had just started dating a guy. They've been dating about 6 weeks. And she let me know that they talk every morning, they talk every evening. And my question was, why are you giving him so much access and you do not know his middle name? And she said, Dr. G, I never even thought about that. So I feel like in spaces of dating, we move, and at times our movements are not intentional. So today, instead of me telling you things to do, I mean, I'm probably going to tell you a couple pieces of encouragement, but instead of me telling you things to do, I want to pose questions. And I want to pose 10 questions for you, plus some possible bonus questions. Get your pen and paper. If you are interested in dating, if you are currently dating, maybe you're partnered and this will be beneficial for someone in your life that you know wants to date. And I love a good question. Questions allow you to ponder, they allow you to dig deeper and not just, oop, checking things off the checklist and doing what was encouraged without really thinking for yourself. Okay. Here we go. Let's get to it. These are questions I want you to ask yourself. This is not about you getting the question and taking it to the person you're dating or taking it to your partner. No, no, no. I want you to ask these of yourself first. And then if you'd like to share them with someone else, absolutely. Question number one. Has the Lord cleared you to date? Has he cleared you to date? Sometimes we want things and it's not the time to have them. Has God cleared you to date? Which means, are you praying? Are you talking to the Lord about this? God, I desire this. I really want to meet somebody. Are you giving me the green light? So, has God cleared you to date? Number two, and these are not in any particular order, they're just questions that I have posed to many people, questions I've asked myself, questions that I have probably used in some way in supporting hundreds, if not thousands of people. Question number two. Are you healed enough to date? Did you experience some pain in a previous relationship and have you healed enough from it? I've heard people think that one of the remedies to overcoming a breakup is to start dating someone immediately. Absolutely not. Because I don't think that you want to put your wounds unintentionally on another person. And I've also heard people say, well, I want to date somebody, it's just a distraction. If you want a distraction, go watch a movie. If you want a distraction, go play a game. If you want a distraction, go to the gym. Don't potentially play with somebody's heart. So, are you healed enough to date? If you've ever been married, and you were married for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, there's different formulas out there on what's recommended. Some people say for every year you were married, that's the amount of time you need to heal. Some people say you need half of that time. In truth, if you were married for 10 years, I do believe that the consideration of not even dating for a minimum of 2 years should be on the table. I do. You were connected to this person. There was enmeshment, there was codependency, there were goals and dreams that were never met, and there's probably healing that needs to take place. If you have been in a long term relationship for a year or 2 years, or married for 1 or 2 years, I encourage you to take at least a year. I really, really do. I really do. Question number three. Do you desire for the person you're dating to be in God's will? And do you desire to be in God's will? In working with so many people, there were times I thought that I knew, ooh, that's what causes divorce, or ooh, that's what causes a strife in the relationship. Here's what it is. There's so many things that go underneath an umbrella, but the biggest thing, especially if you are a believer, is number one, are you in God's will? Are you moving in God's will for your life? And is the person that you are talking to or dating, are they also in God's will? That's so important. So, do you desire to be in God's will, and do you desire for the person to be in God's will? Question number four. Have you ever considered leaving physicality all off the table in the beginning? And I don't just mean sex, I mean leaving long hugs, leaving kissing, leaving hand holding off the table for a significant period of time. Perhaps a side hug if that's okay for you. And here's why I am asking if you would consider that. It allows you to get to know the person at a pure level. Sometimes the desire and thought about holding hands or hugging or kissing and more can blur your vision to what's really in front of you and what's really going on. Getting to know a person at a pure level. Have you ever considered leaving physicality off the table? And then if you do, I would encourage you in the best way for you to communicate that with the person. I've done that before in a very organic way, and the person honored it, and multiple people have honored that. Number 5, are you open to intentional friendship? Have you ever even considered intentional friendship? In my opinion, dating the idea of dating is too much pressure because it's so regimented and there's so many rules, and you talk every day. As I said earlier, you hang out like this. After 30 days, here's what happens. After 60 days, here's what happens. And most of the healthy relationships that I know of, friendship is a foundation. So have you ever considered intentional friendship? What is intentional friendship? It's however you want to define it. Intentional friendship, we're leaving physicality off the table. Intentional friendship is you are both communicating where you desire to be, what you're open to, and it also removes some pressure. You're open to flow on that end. Are you open to intentional friendship? And I'm not saying this is not friends with benefits. This is not that. This is intentional friendship. Have you ever considered that? Would you be open to it? Question number 6, do you have capacity to date right now? Do you have time in your schedule? Do you have the emotional bandwidth to invite someone new into your life and be able to be emotionally and physically present during the conversations? Do you have the capacity right now? And if you don't and you desire to date and you believe the Lord is giving you the green light, what can you do? Pray for capacity. God, show me how to build capacity. Show me what could be removed, anything like that. Number 7, are you currently living life well? If you were to look at your life, if someone were to look at your life, does it look like you're living life well? Or are you pausing living life well because you're not dating, because you're not married? Are you living life knowing and believing that you are complete and whole? Which is a bonus question to number 7. Are you complete and whole? I don't mean completely healed, right? I don't mean that, but just I am complete and whole in myself. And while it would be great to meet someone, I know that I'm a whole person. And contrary to Jerry Maguire, I know this person will not complete me. My life is already amazing. And if I start dating, if I meet somebody, that is the cherry on top and we get to grow together. But are you currently living life well? Have you ever been so focused on wanting to meet someone or so focused on being so upset or disappointed that you haven't met someone or so disappointed that you are not dating that you maybe have unintentionally not seen the blessings in your face? It does not mean don't have the desire to meet, but can you have the desire to meet and live well and see how blessed you are and know that God is in control? So, number 7, are you currently living life well? Number 8, are you clear on your non-negotiables? Are you clear? If you don't have God-led clarity in this area, you will be like a bag floating and flying in the wind where you are just taken wherever the wind goes. Absolutely not. What are your non-negotiables? What are they? Are you clear? And I don't mean preferences. I mean non-negotiables. Some of my non-negotiables, really not even about dating, but for me to be open to friendship with a man, even if it's strictly platonic, non-negotiables for me include, do you ever call women out of their name, even if in conversation with other men? Absolutely not. Do you watch porn? Absolutely not. Do you drink to get drunk? Absolutely not. These are mine. These are my non-negotiables. There are others. I have plenty. Anything in the realm of disrespect, being passively aggressive, being cruel, being unkind, anything in that area, non-negotiable. Blatantly lying. So for me, There are non-negotiables. All of mine are pretty much connected to character and integrity. And I make no exceptions, none. Like, done, son. Okay. When I was in college, I dated a guy for just a couple of months and I learned that he was rude to one of my friends. Done. And he was like, but I didn't do that to you, but you did it to one of my friends. And I think he said something kind of slick. Done. Those are mine. Are you clear on your God led non negotiables? Number nine, what did you learn about yourself from your last relationship, your last dating adventure? What did you learn about you? What did you learn about you? Number 10, do you have wise counsel around you? Do you have wise counsel, people who will give you wise responses and not just responses that they think you want to hear, not just responses because they're so excited that you're dating someone, but wise counsel and wisdom? I've been surprised at the number of people I've talked to who shared with me advice they got, and the advice was horrible. The advice was raggedy. Okay. So, in addition to do you have wise counsel around you, question number 11 is, do you trust your wisdom and discernment? Do you trust it? Because sometimes you will know something deep down and everybody's telling you something else, but you know it. And you know God has shown that to you. Do you trust your wisdom and discernment? If you don't yet, that's where prayer and wise counsel come into play. Number 12, I told you I was going to give you some bonuses. Number 12, is your yes a yes? Meaning, if you say you're going to do something, do you do it? And if you can't do it, do you communicate that early on? Because in connecting with someone new, it's not just about what they're doing and what they're not doing. It's also, how are you showing up? Are you showing up in integrity? Are you showing up with fantastic character? Is your yes a yes? Are you able to be consistent? When you open up meeting someone new, it doesn't mean talking every day. It doesn't even mean talking every week, but whatever consistency for your connection looks like for you all. Number, am I on number 12, y'all? Did I lose count? I think I did. The next question is, are you seeking the Lord every step of the way? Before dating, during, are you seeking God? God, guide me. God, direct me. God, show me. Give me the courage. Whatever it is, are you seeking the Lord every step of the way? And there's a few more kind of bonus questions is, are you open to having fun? Times where I've talked to people, it seems to be so serious around dating and I have to learn this about him, I have to learn that, I have to learn that. Yes, yes, yes. Learn all of that. And are you open to having fun? Are you open to having fun? And while there are so many other things in the realm of dating and connection, at the end of it, for me, the most important thing is, are you in God's will? Are you moving in God's will for your life? You maybe decide that, okay, today's the day I want to date. Did God give you the green light to do so? Maybe you also said, I don't want to date for 2 years. And the Lord allows you to meet someone, and potentially that's someone you're dating, or potentially it's an intentional friend. You get to define the journey the way that is most in alignment. You and the person, this is why having conversation is important. You both get to determine what the journey's going to look like. Be mindful of creating narratives and stories that don't have anything to do with where you currently are. Be careful of projecting what a previous partner did to you or did in a relationship onto this next person. Be mindful of that. And if it ever happens, be courageous enough to say, hey, when I dated someone in the past, when they did that, it made me feel. So I just want to inform you, I'm still working on me. Y'all, the world of dating and connections and all of that seems to be so superficial lately. It seems to be so focused on things that can change overnight. Now, you get to pick what is best for you. You get to ask God to show you and help you be in His will and guide you. There's nothing wrong with having standards. Next bonus question. Do you know what it is that you deserve? Are you clear on what it is that you deserve? And feel free to submit that in prayer. What is it that you deserve? I deserve respect. I deserve kindness. I deserve whatever it is. Are you clear? Like, wait, because when you're clear on non negotiables and clear on what you deserve and clear that these things are also walking in God's will and you're trusting and you're moving in that direction, come on. Things that are not alignment, people that are not alignment, you will be able to reject them without saying anything. Because I am so clear on who I am, what I deserve and desire in life, not just connected to a possible partner, but because I am so clear in who I am and I've done my healing work and I still have work to do. And I know that I have a force field of reject raggedy around me. I know that. I've had people say to me, when men meet you, there's something about you and they know they have to come extra correct. They have to know that. So is there something about you where when someone encounters you, they know and realize you are different? Ooh, I can't do the same with this person because there's something about them. And that something different comes from so many things: being in God's will, striving to be in God's will, doing your healing work, being clear on who you are, what you deserve and desire, being clear on your non negotiables, and knowing and believing and walking in that your life is complete and whole now, and you are complete and whole now. Okay? Okay. I hope that you are open and up for the challenge of answering these questions honestly, and it might do more for you than you can even imagine. Your affirmation for today: I am open to God's blessings and desire to be in His will. Thank you so much for listening to the Dr. G Speaks podcast. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Deuces.